Live? Are we live? Are we live? Hello, everybody.
Are we live? Are we broadcasting?
It says we are.
You hear us?
I don't see us, and I don't hear us.
No. Well, it's always a few seconds behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see.
According to this, we are going, but we're not. Hey, everybody.
Hello, Noise.
Welcome to our post-show discussion about the X-Files. Hi, Sarah.
Hope nobody lost their dinner tonight.
We got sound. We got sound.
I hear stuff.
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Wow, we are good to go on this post.
Guys.
Hashtag XF. What's this one? What do we call this one?
XF nothing.
Nothing.
Which is a great.
Oh, this is gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, this is actually Dita from Pledges gave Walt this hat.
Every week I want to wear this hat. She says, "No, you can't wear that hat."
It's mine. I took it.
Queen crazies are gonna not like you if you wear that hat.
Well, because the whole Chewbacca thing just got so worn out, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of dumb."
But I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not wearing it because of Jillian.
I know, but the whole Chewbacca thing, well, it's a fine. The main reason you don't wear it because when you put it on your head, it just didn't look that good on you.
It looks weird on me.
It doesn't fit your head. It doesn't.
It's not even so much a size thing.
It doesn't fit.
It looks like, I don't know. It's like the material is.
It doesn't fit. Like the top is all
the
way
like
up here.
Faux leather.
It's way up there.
Yeah, it's like it's almost too big
but
on
it
me.
looks all right.
But you don't have a bigger head than me.
No.
I think you're just cuter. So like whatever you wear is gonna look better.
Aw, you're very cute. Shut up.
I know.
Anyways, welcome you guys. What the hell? What did we just watch?
Nothing.
We got nothing. XF nothing is exactly what. Why are we going out of focus?
So this is the most bizarre,
okay,
like vampire kind of lore thing I think I've ever seen. It reminds me a little bit of The Hunger. If you've ever seen The Hunger, with David Bowie back in the day, and.
What did she whisper? And no kiss.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I started.
We waited through all that blood and guts and all this stuff and all these people singing. They were singing in the middle of the X-File and age shaming Jillian and like the Scully because she's like, oh well, maybe you should.
We're talking about doing a musical episode of the X-Files. Is not exactly what we had in mind.
No, and like if they're gonna do that, you have to have like more people come in and do dancing with the singing. You can't just have one person singing karaoke tracks. That's just not gonna.
Oh, like I said, I tweeted, this is my new karaoke song. So
Oh, that's the Ramon.
Get
song,
ready,
right?
Dickovniacs. Is that a Ramon song?
I think it might be.
Really?
I don't know. I asked Kathy to confirm. I'm not sure. But
well, it didn't sound like a Ramon song.
Well, she sang it, so it might have been because you have singing.
I thought it was an older song, like 1930s, 40s.
She's pregnant. Okay, so this is what a few people think that she whispered she was pregnant.
I love you.
I just don't know what to think about that.
I love you, but your house sucks, so I can't live with you.
They didn't tell us. They didn't give us anything. They didn't give us a kiss. They gave us a whole lot of gore, so I had to close my eyes during like all that blood and
Why did you have to look around before a whisper?
Yeah, she was like looking around.
Anybody watching before I kiss in church?
They tricked us by showing the preview of what looked like would have been a kiss, and it wasn't a kiss.
And then it looks like they're inhaling each other's face.
They totally messed us everywhere. They're like, oh, let's it's too
from behind.
We're
like that's a weird looking kiss.
You're too old for this. Holy freaking jibbies, they are such a damn team.
Well, she's not 50 yet, right? She's 46,
no,
47?
Scully is.
Oh, Scully older than Jillian?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's 50 plus pregnant. And if she's pregnant, it would be stupid. I agree.
But she's immortal.
She's
truly immortal, not like these freaks sewing people to their backs.
I hate Chris Carter so much. He's lazy writing to be real.
Hashtag FUCC.
I can't. I don't. For one thing, I was in a bad mood when I went into this episode.
Yeah.
Because we're having some issues again where every day, like, our names are just getting, not the X-File stuff, but all the Duchovny stuff is just, every day I'm reading shit, like people are sending me stuff saying, oh, these Duchovny this, that, blah, blah, blah. They have smelly feet, whatever.
Wait, why do we start talking about us?
No, anyways, I was in a bad mood when I started watching the episode.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And, like, I was like, I wanted to like it. And I was like, it kind of got me a little bit, like, interested, and then I got totally grossed out because I sat down to eat. It was terrible.
Yeah, you're eating as they start cutting in.
I just started eating.
They start blending up organs and blood, and people are
I was like, oh, and now people are eating like organs as they take them out of, and they're like, and then all this stuff is happening, and there's like the conjoined. The guys like got like conjoined the woman to her, so we think they're conjoined like not by choice.
Beyond playing with us.
Yeah. Don't read it. And then I'm looking at the clock thinking we're running out of time for Mulder and Scully to have this talk that they're going to have at the church, right? That we kept seeing advertised. Like,
yeah, it's not like Babylon where we've got an extra 20 minutes to kill with Miller and Einstein.
We had all that extra time that they could have had a Mulder and Scully interaction. We had this vampire woman singing. Like, that was a lot of time. That was a lot of filler time.
Hashtag FUCC.
Why do you think X-Files fans would have watched that?
Weird direction in this one. I love James Wan, but this was weird.
Well, I feel like it almost went into like American Horror Story weirdness.
It was very American Horror Story.
Which is fine for American Horror Story, but that's American Horror Story. This is X-Files. This is a different thing.
You combine.
You have Evan Peters and not that David and Jillian aren't as good actors. They are, but like they have like, you know, a certain Jessica Lange.
And this is a really good cast.
Watch it anymore. I haven't watched that show since Jessica Lange left.
But this is a really good cast, and I always forget his name, the guy from Dear John and all those other shows, the doctor. But
what was the ending conversation about? Nobody knows.
Well, the only thing I would say is clearly
pulls out here.
Mulder
way too gory.
Is all in and always has been.
Okay.
So, and Scully is the one who comes and goes. Scully is the one who left. You know, and Scully is the one who's on the fence now. Mulder is all in. I am here and I am listening. I think that is as sweet as a man gets, you know, I mean, without whatever, you know,
what happened?
Without like, going full romance novel.
Why would you not let us know what she said? And why did they light a candle? And
hashtag FUCC.
Why keep everything so ambiguous?
You know, way too gory. And beyond gory, it's like, what do you call it? What do they call it when they have sex scenes? And they're just showing too much for the sake of showing stuff. Just brain farting right now. You know what I mean? Like they're just showing, let's blend up some more guts.
It's here now.
Not grotesque. Somebody help me out. You know what I'm talking about? And you're like,
are you having a brain fart?
I'm having a brain fart. What's the word I'm thinking of when they just add extra sex scenes to a cable show? Because we're on cable, we can show stuff now. Gratuitous.
Okay.
It was like gratuitously gory. You know what I mean? Yes, thank you. I beat you to it by 2 seconds. Gratuitous. Yes.
She mentioned William saying, you mean in the when she whispered in his ear?
Well, she mentioned William a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, she mentioned did she whisper William? I'm not sure, but what the heck did she whisper? And he said afterwards, she said, this is something like I'd like to continue with you and I want you to be part of. Like, what is she even talking about? Like, does that mean they're getting back together? Then she asks him, are we together? And like, didn't he kind of avoid the question? Like it was almost like a rhetorical question. I heard her say something about when she was 4 years old. So it may have had something to do with earlier conversation about her mother. Someone please read lips. Why? Oh yeah. Well,
do they show enough to read the lips?
Yeah, I don't know if they really showed enough to like.
Or she's just going like not actually whispering words.
I don't know.
So that they could change what she said later without the actress being like, "Oh, I thought I said this."
Yeah. The whispering scenes in the church earlier. I had a hard time listening to that too. I had a hard time hearing what they were saying. I was like, turn it up.
Yeah, from behind, I thought the kiss. She was like eating his face. Because like the hands were just like way too much.
She like leaned in.
Yeah, like that doesn't look like a kiss.
He goes, "What? Oh, she's whispering."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah."
Ah!
So like that was in. If you watched my little spoiler talk, I think I may have talked about that.
Mulder wanted a puppy.
Mulder just.
That's the secret to brainwashing the world with Christianity. More puppies.
Okay, so. Did anyone actually watch this for the X-File? Because X-File was just freaking weird in this. I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone was just waiting for this kiss that didn't happen. So the blue balls of the fandom have now grown about 3 times the size of what they were. Thanks a lot, Chris Carter.
Thank you, Gratuitous.
Thank you for doing that. Oh, Maya doesn't care about Scully. She wants to know what happened to the puppy.
Maya, I thought about you when Mulder says you have your health and your dog. And I tweeted, Dagoo!
Bad nights to have ribs. You had ribs tonight.
Oh, God. Hope they weren't too saucy.
And when they were doing the whole, like, the procedure of, like, you know, the vertebrae and, like, I had to turn away. And, like, they're, like, gulping down. Gulping, you know, this horrible blubbery blood. I was, like, so grossed out. It was really.
It's like you couldn't close your eyes because, like, I could still hear.
I kept closing. Yeah, you can still hear.
Yeah, I can still hear the blender.
And then I knew she was gonna slit the girl's throat, so I was like, I just.
I'm glad to know that wasn't an eyeball.
I did this and said.
The spinal attachment. I'm glad that wasn't an eye.
I thought all the time it was.
I thought it was like a fembot thing.
Yeah.
It looks like a fembot.
Nip Tuck, an American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Minus the sex or a kiss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was sex going on with like the minions a little bit.
Yeah, the other
they were getting down.
Babies were having sex.
Yeah. It was very Hammer. Mulder. I think that's why they put that line in the beginning of the show, because people are gonna be like,
hasn't watched it yet. Oh my god.
Oh no.
It's not. Yeah, just be ready to. Don't eat anything.
I know we didn't say spoiler alert at the beginning of this episode, but you should always just assume.
Yeah. Don't eat anything when you watch this episode.
Like red velvet cake.
Anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Chocolate lava.
No, nothing. Don't eat. I sat down.
Yorkshire pudding.
This like little mini bean casserole. Nope. Mm-hmm. Nope. Could not finish it.
The bread with the blood from the first vampire episode now seems like nothing.
The chick was a badass. Yeah, I thought the girl was good.
She was creepy.
She was pretty good.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the vampire hunter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was really good. I thought her casting was perfect. And I think the problem is, like, I want to see her movie. You know what I mean? I think there was two different things here. We've seen this in the X-Files before.
She's been locked up. She killed all the people. She killed the lady.
And what I'm saying is,
whatever her name is,
it felt like two different shows that did not quite edit well together. And I think that's a direction fail and an editing fail. Maybe
that's
a script
Chris
fail.
Carter. Total strangers in an orgy got play. Mulder and Scully could not even get a New Year's Eve kiss.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. That's sad. Like even a little peck on the cheek would have.
See, if they kiss in the Catholic Church, that means they're married.
We don't even need much. Like even a peck on the cheek, but she whispered. Like, why would she even need to whisper? Like no one else is looking around. Like, what is so secret about it that she's afraid someone else around her is going to hear her? That's what I want to know.
I'm actually Protestant.
Yeah, that's what she whispered.
That's what she whispered.
So let me know what you guys think.
I'm going Buddhist.
What she whispered. Well, that we've already done that episode. Mm-hmm. A peck. Sorry, a peck. Yeah, a peck.
A peck.
I think people will be happy to get a peck at this point because we're not even getting. We have gotten nothing.
Mm-mm.
Nothing. We had implied sex. Off-screen sex, which isn't exactly what we wanted.
OSS.
Let's get on this Let's get it on behind the stage.
Ooh.
She had to lean in to whisper because Mulder is all.
Mulder's all old and hard.
It's not just his optics going.
The gout. He's gonna get the gout.
Wow. Basically, this whole episode was vampire hunter and old man needing reading glasses.
Yeah,
that's
and
like
people getting old.
And they didn't align well. I don't think
they tried to align it a little bit when she told Scully, she's like, "You better watch it and be careful before it's too late. You better come inside because you're aging."
I think the problem is like there's a really good episode here that is failed by process more than anything else. I think there's a really good, because I'm a huge fan of horror, a huge fan of the Hammer films. Christopher Lee as Dracula back in the day, and they kind of capture that macabre feeling at times. I don't know if there's an old episode or there's a lot of movies. What's that?
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
A lot of episodes where it's Christopher Lee and there's like all the minions and they're kind of like covered in blood and having sex and very, very, very sexy time.
I didn't see Jillian's tweet. What happened with Jillian? Jillian is trying to imply that Scully's pregnant. Is that what's going on? Hold on. What did she tweet?
It's not Jillian.
No, Jillian.
It's her publicist.
Jillian, well, whoever it is decided to share. I think I've been impregnated by the blobfish. I think that's what she said.
Oh, that is the best fake comment.
Okay, that was a good one.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Hey, Jillian, let's get Jilly with it.
Get Jilly with it. Well,
that's my new catchphrase. I'm gonna get Jilly with it.
I don't think I like that.
I'm gonna be like Jilly Anderson, like. It's not a sexual thing. It's just.
It was a joke about the blowfish. Oh, not the blob, like blow. Okay, I don't think you can get pregnant that way.
The blowfish, yeah. If you get pregnant from a blowfish, it's.
So what does she say to him then? Is it like? Because I've been hearing these pregnancy type spoilers.
Friends with benefits is working for me just fine.
And it doesn't make any sense to me because she's like in her 50s. It's a terrible story. Yeah, I thought the X-File tonight was not.
It
wasn't coherent.
Mix well.
It didn't really have a beginning, middle, and end like it kind of did, but it was all over the place. There were a lot of things. There was a lot of filler moments.
Yeah.
That I just were like, what is happening?
And this writer has done nothing.
What is going on?
This writer has done nothing but shorts, and I get the sense that maybe it's her first feature-length thing. At 42 minutes, she's done mostly like 10 to 20, maybe 30. A short's usually 30 minutes or less. This may be the longest thing she's written that's gotten produced. Or this was a feature-length film that they adapted. I get the feeling that maybe everyone's like, hey, we need female writers and directors. And then they said, well, here's something we can work with. And they chose that film script that's like an 80, 90-minute thing.
There's plenty of very good female writers, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that she's a bad writer. I get the sense they took a project and forced it into the X-Files model. You know what I mean?
I don't know. The whole thing is, so she whispered her desire to find William, and she wants Mulder to join her quest. But they're already doing that. They've already decided that they're trying to find William. I
think whatever she said was endearing.
Not really a secret.
Not revelation. Okay. It's more like sweet nothings. Because he didn't seem fazed by it. He didn't seem upset by it. He didn't seem like inspired by it either. It was a sweet moment, but.
I was a little mad that Mulder didn't hustle more down the stairs and see if Scully just fell to her death.
Yeah.
Okay, so when she went down, she was like, ah! I laughed. It was so cartoonish.
It's horrible.
It was like, when Wile E. Coyote falls off the cliff.
Well, I'm glad she didn't fall into a pool.
No, it's the Roadrunner. The Roadrunner falls off the cliff, right?
I had the worst feeling.
There's a Wile E. Coyote chases the Roadrunner, then he falls off the cliff.
Yeah, he just keeps running.
Yeah, it kind of was very cartoonish the way they filmed it.
Or he runs.
And she's like,
and he realizes there's no more cliff underneath him.
And he's still running, and he's running.
He's running, like he's walking on water.
Yeah,
and then he just pauses. Oops, doink, doink, with exclamations and stuff.
Okay. We never see the part where they put the tracker in the heart. What tracker? What did I miss on that?
Oh, in the cooler in the heart. So the cooler of body parts was turned into bait.
Oh yeah.
While he falls in. I like I said, I really believe there's actually an 85, 90-minute horror film here. Independent film. We keep moving. There we go. That was forced into being an X-File. Perhaps maybe just so we could have a female writer. Let's just take this female writer script and make it work. And it was just like a rewrite away. Or I feel like I was looking at it too. I feel like a better edit could have fixed it too. Maybe. Yeah,
gross, bloody gross. I think Chris Carl lives off or unsatisfied. MSR fangirl tears. Yeah, and. Gross. Home wasn't gross. Home was scary and disturbing, not gross.
It's disturbing. This was just ew. This was gratuitous gross.
Yeah.
This is gratuitous. Let's show. This is almost Ash and Evil Dead. Let's show globs of flesh.
Yeah.
And slicing and dicing and drinking and
You think he'll get married? You think he'll put a ring on it? Is that what she said? Maybe she whispered, "I want to get
Somebody
married."
should put a ring on it music video montage.
Sure.
Of Mulder and Scully.
Put that out there. I think. Is that what she whispered to? Is that what she whispered?
It was a careless whisper. Whimper.
Whisper.
Yeah, I don't know. I think hashtag FUCC. Because this is all people are going to be talking about. When did she whisper for like a week now? It's almost
we have one episode.
It's the network equivalent of clickbait.
No, it's not the worst. This wasn't as bad as Babylon.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It was pretty bad.
No, because there were moments. Because the acting and the writing between Mulder and Scully is still better than anything in season 10. Between the two of them.
I feel like the dialogue in this episode wasn't as good as it could have been.
No, not at all. Not at all.
The last episode will be 2 hours.
But neither is Hammer films.
Any spoilers for next week? Yeah, I have I think the last video I uploaded to this channel, if you go on, there's a whole bunch of spoilers for next week that are rumored. But honestly, out of all the spoilers that I read that were rumored about this episode, they came true. So if you go look at my last video that I uploaded, it's all the spoilers that I read They were on Reddit, I think, and they've been updated, and they've been posted on Tumblr and like a couple different forums and different places. And I went through all of them. But oh, there you go. Cheers. FUCC. He drinks our tears. Yeah, he drinks our tears.
Don't swallow our tea.
But yeah, I go. If you go on my channel, look at my last video. There's like a list of spoilers for next week. So
here's the spoilers. You get 42 minutes of nothing, of saying everything you think you know is wrong, and then a cliffhanger, and we're all gonna be like, FUCC.
Yeah. Now I don't know if you guys are open to hearing spoilers or not. But
la la, I can't
yeah.
wait. I'm drinking juice. La 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 la.
No. I can tell you that rumored a lot of people are going to die, but I won't tell you who. You guys gotta have to go find that. It's okay. I didn't say who. I didn't say. Okay, he doesn't. He's singing the Smurf.
I'm in my soundproof booth.
Rumored that a lot of people are going to be killed off at the end of. Yeah, people that we like. So I won't say who, but
you still talking about spoilers?
Yeah. So if these are true, now they could be fake, but all the ones that I looked at for today ended up being true. So now, yeah, that wasn't the title. Wasn't the title? Nothing. Well, nothing lasts forever. So what? I guess it just.
I can still hear you.
I'm not talking about spoilers anymore.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's so annoying. Yeah, I guess what you could say is that because you
Oh, Skinner's gonna die. I can't get away from it.
Wait! Why did you say that out loud? Stop! We don't.
I'm reading the comments.
It doesn't seem.
That's just
like
because
that.
Skinner texted. This is the end. Tweeted this is the end.
None of these are people.
But that's just his last day of filming. He was a rat.
People are making it up. Is Scully? We don't know if Scully's pregnant. I don't think so. She's like 52
with another alien baby.
Because she can't find her old alien baby, and the old alien baby's gotten old. I mean, not that old, but like
she's impregnated by science for a second time.
As long as Scully doesn't die, I'm cool with it. I'm not
FUCC hashtag.
Not cool with Skinner dying or William dying or Mulder dying. And or Scully, Mulder, Scully. She's 54.
So yeah. She's Scully's 54.
Babies.
But she's immortal. She can't die.
I don't know. They already took our gunman. They better not take our moose and squirrel. I don't think they're gonna kill off those two.
You must kill moose and squirrel.
The two leads, I think, are safe, unless they take Scully.
But it doesn't matter if they kill him.
But I did not read a spoiler about that, so I didn't. If you guys, I think those.
I've seen a lot of things rough out there going to kill Scully off, and I'm of the dramatic world that it would not be a terrible storyline.
I don't like it.
As a fan, I don't want it to end. So FUCC. But
I'm not cool with the series continuing without both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
because then you're going to have to separate Mulder and Scully, and just like you did for season 9, and then it's going to be just depressing because when you see. In season 9, I feel like it was depressing to see Scully without Mulder because obviously she was missing him. It's going to be the same.
Sorry, Ginger.
Bite your tongue. What did you do?
Oh, I was talking about, a storyline. It could be a good dramatic storyline, killing somebody off.
Yeah, we don't agree on that.
Come
back for 12th season.
Game of Thrones spilling over to everything else. They've been ripping off everything else this season. Just
set off a bomb and kill everyone. It'd be faster and cheaper.
We already did Babylon.
But then Mulder would never get his chickpea.
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely. He's only heard Chris Carter killing a lone gunman. Yeah, that was messed up. Oh wow! Don't do that again.
All right, or have that spin-off show
I don't like
with Mulder and William and a computerized Max Headroom version of what's his name?
I would watch it. If Reggie became a regular, I watched that shit. Chickpea and the puppy. All right, Mulder gets his chickpea and you get the puppy, okay? He said that she would still have her dog. She was talking about Queequeg.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was his fault that
No. Dagu, he has his health in our dog. She has Dagu. Queequeg's dead.
No, I think he was saying like,
she had a dog at some point?
No, she had Queequeg, but if she had left him sooner, like gotten out of the office and not been with
back
him,
then she had
back then
her health and her
then,
dog.
Yeah, you have your house. And
like she'd still have a dog if she had gotten out.
Yeah, Queequeg. Well, by now he'd be dead. His dogs don't live that long. I
thought she has health and Dahu now.
Best writing. Okay, well, we got a lot of comments in here. Let me just go through these. Okay. So on the chickpea, we have the chickpea. Sarah says, I don't think they should do without them both. Yeah, I agree. Just want a decent proper ending. Neither Mulder or Scully die. I don't think they're gonna die. In a vision. I hope not. The writing, except for the last 5 minutes of episode 1 and this episode, have been great. God knows what Chris Carter will do next. The best end could be everyone abducted by aliens.
Chris will go become a Buddhist monk.
I'm just so disappointed. How can we only be one more ep and so little has happened? I know. I feel like we're just starting to get into a rhythm. Well, I feel like we just started to get into a rhythm a couple episodes ago. And now...
Well, it's really ever since the Skinner episode.
No, it was before that. Like around Forehead Sweat, it started to like flow.
Well, no, I'm saying
Scully kiss. Nope.
Since the Skinner episode, it's been off the rails.
Yeah.
I'm saying the first 6 episodes had an arc. You could argue.
You mean it's been kind of all over the place?
It's been all over since.
Yeah.
And part of that is having like a standalone episode that's a truly standalone episode, concept-wise, and everything else last week.
William will.
This week in its own way too. Except for a little bit at the end.
Yeah, I can't watch season 10 either most of the time. I can't. She killed that goo. Oh gosh. William probably sacrificed himself for Mulder? Oh god. Yeah, and still no Skinner in this episode. Wow. Where the heck are you, Skinner? We miss you. It would have been nice to have Skinner.
Do they ever have Skin Man in the Catholic episodes? We haven't had a Catholic episode in a while.
I don't think we're going to get a kiss in season 11. I think that was our one chance. And we were misled and teased in all those promos. And no, there wasn't a B, but there might as well have been, because like at least in the B, like they were trying to kiss. Here they weren't even trying to kiss.
I'm never gonna dance
like she wasn't
again.
even going in for a kiss. Like nobody was going in for a kiss at that point. Like at least when the B came, they were actually going in for one and got interrupted. Now it's just like, well, she just completely misled us about that scene. Oh, Chris Carter. Man, oh man, you are a little troll.
Beware the eyes of Chris Carter.
Yeah, the B is Chris Carter. William can't die. Well, no, I don't think they would kill him off, because I think if they decided they wanted to continue the series, they want to have him around for the next season.
He's all he got going.
And Mulder, yeah. So I don't think, or if they did kill him off, they'd bring him back. Remember, if you kill off a main character, you can probably bring them back. Mulder's died and come back and.
So Melissa, we're all over the map on what we think she told him, but
nobody knows.
We're pretty sure what she didn't tell him.
We don't think she told him she was pregnant.
I do. Let's get married right here.
She thinks he thinks that's what you think?
I know these are things she didn't say.
What did she say? There's going to be speculation over this for the next, and you know what I'm going to
Mulder, I'm here for the paycheck. I live in London now.
No, Walter. That's just wrong.
I'm not trying to attack Scully.
I'm gonna. Yeah, it sounded like a total like shaded.
I'm not trying to shade. Walt, I'm not throwing shade at Jillian.
Walt, just stop where you're ahead and not do that again. I'm gonna have to make you go to a timeout if you don't. I'm gonna make you go to the timeout. I'm gonna come to the timeout.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways,
Chili's
go to
time.
Chili's.
Uh-oh.
Is she really pregnant?
Oh, more questions than answers.
Hashtag FUCC.
Thank you, DJ. Or DLJ? DLJ? Thank you, DLJ.
I don't know. I'm going to do a vlog about this, and basically my whole vlog is going to be about, ew, this was gross, and what did she say? I'm just going to make a whole list of things she could have said and things of she couldn't said. Stop it with the pregnant. The bullets are gone. That's true. That's true. The bullets are gone.
Well, Mulder and David are not the same
Mulder
person.
and David aren't the same.
We can't. We have to separate the character and the actor.
Yeah, just because David is a loaded gun and ain't got no bullets doesn't mean that Mulder. He might still have some bullets.
Take my hand and what's that line?
I don't know. That song, Someone Else's Girl. Yeah.
Take my hand and use it willingly. No, that's not the line. What's the line?
It's not the line. Don't worry about it. A bunch of recap articles coming out, and they all call "What did Scully whisper to Mulder?"
Mm-hmm.
We just start doing memes where like people just put different things of what she said, and like
what would Scully say?
So did she go? What are those?
Oh God, that was way loud in the ear.
Like she goes like this.
If he isn't deaf now,
they're all like memes. You're not my dad.
Oh, you're not the father.
No, this is what she said. Here we go. My name's Jif. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, I'm here and I'm listening.
I'm gonna take all of the memes and put them on me.
I'm here and I'm listening. That's who I am at this moment. I'm like Mulder. I'm here and I'm listening.
I don't want no ravioli. Yeah, okay, I'm done.
A potato flew around the room.
A potato flew around. Okay, I'm done. I'm really done now.
What's the deal with Jake Paul?
Okay.
I'm never gonna dance again.
Guilty feeling.
That's where I keep going, Kelly. I was always a Wham fan. I'm here, use me.
I'm not coming back. I'm here, use me?
Oh, because I threw out my dirty device after it was in the garbage. I left it there, so.
I don't know.
And my super house is gone, so.
Oh, top 20 things she could have said.
I can't believe you didn't notice my hair sooner. That's what it was. That's what it was. I'm here, I'm listening, but I'm blind. So I didn't notice your haircut 3 weeks ago.
He didn't notice because he couldn't see.
I didn't notice you started using rocket red again.
He put on the glasses.
Yeah, that's right. Because they're reading glasses.
Well, episode, I just both the times, like the first 2 commercial breaks, I'm just like, what is even happening? And then when the woman broke out into song.
Let's go to Chili's.
Yeah, Let's Go to Chili's is good. When a woman broke out into song and then proceeded to sing a lot, I was like, oh no.
The whole song. It was like a Peter Griffin moment.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we get it. No, really, we get it. Ooh.
Yeah.
They're eating him
and the only thing that was going through my head was this is time that Mulder and Scully could be on screen together.
It's like a dinner show.
They could be kissing or having a discussion or even just sitting in a room reading, being quiet next to each other, quietly reading. And
72 fonts.
I'm going to need a new vibrator.
Yeah. You can't do bigger fonts.
They really could have used the second to last episode more wisely. I agree.
Junkyard.
Mulder was late about the hair. And Mulder's spiky hair, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of this. Flat top Mulder.
So was it total brainwashing? Were they drugging them? Or are they really, these people are just so depressed that they are going along with this sadistic idea that, the ascension,
they were feeding
being
them.
more beautiful. They were feeding them.
And then I guess
and then
it was
feeding
working.
off of them.
I guess it was working to a certain extent.
Maybe
it was helping whatever they were doing. Eating the organs does actually cure your ageism and all disease. Seems like a cult.
It says, I don't think the glasses are working for you. Still working on whispers.
They just forgot they were both blind in season 1, and then the eyesight just miraculously was cured. Well,
yeah, it's not like he's had glasses before.
He also is supposed to be colorblind.
Mulder's colorblind?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't recognize the red.
He said he was red-green colorblind.
Oh, that's why she stopped dying. It's like Mulder doesn't appreciate it when I dye my gray hair. That doesn't even count as a continuity thing because I think it was just one throwaway for that episode. They needed it to work. Yeah, I don't think continuity is something we should worry about in this show.
No, because it's not. They've proven that things don't make sense.
It's a careless whisper.
This article just came out. I think the writer of this episode said we will never know what Scully says to Mulder. Oh, that's good to know. And that's between them and only them.
That's great.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, that's great.
Why would you do that? What? As if they don't have enough secrets between. At least you haven't defined what they are to each other enough. Other than just kind of, they have this whole relationship that doesn't need to be defined. It's like this whole other level.
I mean, the only thing I could say is, there's that art, paintings, books.
Colorblind doesn't make you miss a haircut.
That's right. Shortness.
Screw the writer.
Yeah, I think Chris did. But no, that's terrible. That's bad. That's
we're live, Walt. I can't edit this stuff out.
I'm sorry. That was
inappropriate. If you keep being inappropriate, I have to take down the stream.
No.
I've had to take down the stream.
No.
Okay, then don't.
I'm sorry.
Do not.
That was my careless
careful
whisper.
With your asides, Walt.
Lazy writing. Now, I honestly believe, and
Did
this
they
is.
think that this was good? Like, didn't
I
something
think they had a 90-minute film that they chopped that was like she wanted to make a movie out of, and someone said, "Hey, let's turn this into an X-File because they want female writers. Everybody's demanding female writers. So let's take this script by a female writer and turn it into an X-File." So it took a 90-minute script.
I don't know.
Took out
none of this is confirmed.
They cut it down to 30 minutes and added Mulder and Scully scenes in to make it 42 minutes.
This is not good. This is not good.
That's why I think it's so disjunct.
We don't know if that's what
the Mulder Scully scenes.
This is all speculation.
Oh, it's completely speculation.
One has no idea what he's
This is completely speculation. But I've seen this process before.
I've seen it.
And this happens a lot in horror.
But you don't know.
There are horror writers that write movies after movies after movies, and then there's
scripts. Chris co-wrote exactly. So he's
listed as a creator, not as a writer on IMDb.
Still, he has some creative control here, and can.
Yeah, and Amanda, you're right. Hashtag FUCC.
They're cannibals. It's good to say I quit, not coming back, because chances are we'll do the opposite, like self-fulfilling. I blame Chris Carter for everything, and it won't be revealed going forward. It'll always be Mulder and Scully, not for anyone else.
And you know why I say that? Because I think there are elements that work in their own lane. You know what I mean?
You think
the vampire hunter part works. The Hammer film knockoff kind of on purpose works. And then what doesn't work is how it combines with Mulder and Scully. And then the last scene isn't terrible, like when they finally go in and they're attacked, but it's just so. Yeah, I started a few tweets.
Trend.
Yeah, everybody go retweet.
Carter's on. So you really thought Spooks are great? You really thought the episode was enough to appreciate the Mulder Scully moments? There wasn't enough. There wasn't enough. I liked what they were getting at finally at the end, but
that's why there wasn't enough. They just slipped them in to make it an X-File episode.
Yeah. The tease was we can eat him. Oh yeah, let's eat him. We're gonna eat him. Grape Kool-Aid was in the blood. X-Files were.
I mean, almost like last week. It's almost like an anthology series. The last 2 episodes. You know what I mean? It's completely, which you could kind of argue. No,
last week's I thought was pretty good, but like as an X-Files standalone, it reminded me like season 2, season 3 standalone. This one,
but it was even more removed. I think
so like bizarre, bizarre.
Because it wasn't X-Files.
Like half the time, we're just like, what is going on here? It just seemed very confusing. FUCC.
Everyone go on, because what I said, I went, nod or kiss, a whisper, hashtag FUCC.
Some type of wine. Red.
It's grape juice.
Yeah.
From the winery of the Brotherhood, which is the oldest winery in America.
He's drinking blood.
It's a 2015 Pinot Noir, which I purchased at La Cantina Wines on Arthur Avenue. And
I thought the exchange, you mean the exchange that we saw the promo for where he puts on the glasses and she has a haircut and he makes the comment? Is that what the exchange? Well, we had already seen that in the promo. Like the best part was in like that little clip they released ahead of time.
They teased a whisper.
Exactly. Kate Batman. I think teased a whisper. Wonder how they're going to pack everything they showed in the last 2 episodes promo into one Yeah, it's basically that. Like that's a lot to pack into. Like what we get, like 45 minutes. For how long are these episodes?
42.
42 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because with commercials and previously on and all that kind of stuff,
it's like 42 minutes.
It's about 40 to 42 minutes.
They're going to get all this taken care of. Like they're going to kill off a bunch of people. They're going to answer our questions. I don't think so. And I don't want to.
They're going to fake kill CSM for the 20th time.
I mean, we all were quite angry with the end of season 10. So I would say your best way to go about it is go in with extremely low expectations. Like everyone had high expectations tonight for a kiss. They were like, oh, we're finally going to get a discussion and they're going to say they love each other. I want to be together for the rest of their lives. And then they're going to kiss. And I was like, no, they're not. They're not. I want to believe they are, but I don't think they are because you got to lower your expectations. That way you don't you're not disappointed.
It's like that old man
surgery was
TV
disgusting.
sketch.
was gross.
Lowered expectations.
Chris Carter is not going to give you what you want, and he'll argue, well, on nothing, whatever we do, the fans won't be happy. Because they feel like they gave us MSR in I Want to Believe.
Well, you know what? I think this feels so off. I think this is one of those episodes.
You never thought there was going to be a kiss.
This is very similar to a lot of episodes in season 1. You know what I mean? This grosser and they're showing more, but the episodes we've never seen until they started doing rewatches, binging like through Netflix.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because it's not an episode that ever made any single VHS tape until you got the full season DVD 10 years later, right?
They were
one of those episodes you haven't seen that many of. But I think so many episodes a season were so raising the bar from the last, say, 15 years of X-Files content, right? Really since season 6 or 7, we haven't seen this good, you know? And not just because it's Mulder and Scully. I mean, the writing, the direction, and everything has been pretty damn good. And you could argue direction of the CSM reveal and all that stuff, but still better writing, better filming, better acting, better work from everybody on the project, right? This is a step down.
It's true.
I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Ew.
He said a long time ago it was going to be a cliffhanger. Yeah, they're going to fake him.
Of course it's going to be a cliffhanger.
So stupid. He never does give us. Well, in some ways, they gave us MSR at the end of The Truth. And they gave us a little bit of MSR, you know, how Scully and Mulder are living together in a relationship, and I Want to Believe. And he's going to say, well, they still weren't happy with all that. But it really wasn't what we wanted. We wanted them out investigating together. Stop it. We're not.
Mulder, you have to help me pay for Williams College.
Oh, okay. So, can anyone what's the name of the TV show that is so beloved and so hated?
Thank you, Ginger.
I love the show. I just not too happy with it at times with the direction and the writing, and I really love the characters. That's why I come back.
This show is still better than a lot of other shows I watch.
The Sloppy Files.
Because I watch a lot of crap on CW, you know, superhero stuff.
No, they broke up in the middle of I Want to Believe, but they got back together at the end. Yeah, they were back together at the end. I think. I hope. That seemed like they were good. They kissed at the end. Why would he end in a cliffhanger? Because that's what and I don't mind if it's a cliffhanger a la Stranger Things type of cliffhanger where there's
a wrap up with a potential future.
They resolve the current storyline and then they open up a new one so that if it ends, you have a resolution, but it's like, oh, there could be something. Like you need to give some type of resolution to what you have, this big plant that's growing all these tentacles. They need to be pulled in and like put together. No, that's
it's Little Shop of Horrors now?
Yeah, exactly. Or else feed me, Seymour! And they're gonna just do this. Yeah.
Seymour. Oh, somebody's putting out their recyclables.
What is it? Oh, okay. It was a goodbye kiss at the end. I quit the Flash too. It got kind of repetitive and boring.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I watch these other shows, but we're not like as into these shows as I am X-Files. Obviously, I'm not into anything else.
Affected my life like X-Files. Lost. I got pretty wrapped up in Lost.
Not like this.
And I got pretty Breaking Bad.
Were you involved in the fandom?
I wasn't involved in the fandom of Lost, and I wasn't involved in the fake.
And Breaking Bad is one of the best shows of all time.
Had a fandom. I mean, we probably been nice if we had gotten Vince Gilligan's back. Won't even go there. But yeah, Breaking Bad I may have been more into, but it's not like one of those shows where I would watch it over and over and over again, like X-Files. So I guess it's a little different. But I was pretty heavily into Breaking Bad. I was pretty heavily into Lost. And then, yeah, all those CW shows,
Lost. I really did.
Especially the superhero shows, they start off really good. They have a great start, and they're kind of dark and very mysterious in the beginning.
Yeah, but you don't get invested in them.
No, you do.
Well, some people do.
Oh, what happened here?
Oh, I keep moving.
Get out of focus there.
I got to hold
But then, and then like halfway through, they get into this really bad soap opera stuff, and then they kill off characters and bring in these other pretty faces that can't really act. They're just like pretty faces that say lines. And then, you know, unsaid undone is not Chris Carter's unresolved. I'll just eat my words and move on.
Mediocrities.
Okay, you gotta stop spitting on me, Walt.
Am I spitting one?
Yeah, you've been spitting in the whole. Stop! Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Fox for Hire, you guys right. I'm not a very good writer.
Could be worse.
I could improvise a better episode.
I think I could fix the script.
I don't know if I could fix anything, but if you gave me an outline of what's supposed to happen in an episode, I could probably improvise the whole thing. Just say, this is what happens in each scene, and we can go in there. We can make it happen. And if it doesn't look good by the end of the episode, we can go back and reshoot.
I wonder if James Wan was kind of like, this was forced upon him. This didn't feel like, James Wan usually is a much better director, I think.
You would watch Scully read a phone book.
I'm not
Drunk Walt is back.
I'm only one glass of red wine in.
Yeah, he's not really drunk Walt. He's Irish, it's allowed to get him drunk. It was meh.
I had soda bread.
I agree with Karen. I liked most of this season. Wasn't too crazy about this episode. Most of the episodes I liked. This one was not. This was one of the first ones I've seen this season where I've been like, oh, this is not good. Last week wasn't bad. Still not my favorite. The past two have been kind of not my favorite. Although I did like last week much better than this because it had a creepy element to it, just creepy enough.
Our love of X-Files has been a very forgiving relationship over the years.
Yeah, I think everyone here
has
that. We've been extremely forgiving.
We love X-Files.
Like continuity issues, all of the inconsistencies, we keep coming back. So there must be a reason. I think a lot of that has to do with the characters.
Yeah, but them at IKEA means something else, Sarah.
Yeah. I would watch them, shopping. I would
just shopping at IKEA?
Shop.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fan fiction at IKEA.
They can improvise the whole episode. They can improvise the whole episode. We're going to Tim Tam Slam. Yeah, I know, right? I need to go to Walmart and get some.
That should be a fan fiction. The Tim Tam Slam X-Files.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That could get really dirty. The thing that bugs me about Chris Carter's writings, he does everything they teach you not to do from the very beginning of the film school, but overall I like the season a lot, except Kitten. You didn't like Kitten? I thought Kitten was one of the best.
I thought Kitten was the last great episode.
Oh, this is your first time here. The Were-Lizard was good.
Oh, no apologies to me.
There were season 10, really my biggest issue was Babylon and My Struggle 1 and 2, my biggest issues. And I actually didn't mind My Struggle 2. I didn't like that it ended, the cliffhanger wasn't a cliffhanger that would be like I said, some type of resolution cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was, they ended in the middle of the episode. There wasn't it was like this happened commercial break.
With a lot of wasted time.
With a whole lot of time of Scully running in the end. And now to find out all that was not a reality, it's and we don't even know what that's.
Hey, welcome, first timers.
Yes, everyone, welcome.
Post show, first timers.
Quantitative torch.
Pure ass.
My Struggle 3 was pure ass. I was fine until they dropped that bombshell on us. That was like a big fuck you, fans. William's my child.
No, I think it's a solid hour next week.
The thing was, there were some things about the My Struggle 3, like Mulder and his Mustang and driving around.
But it's still better than everything in season 10.
It was.
So I'm watching this
Well, no, My Struggle 3 was on par with My Struggle 2. And My Struggle 2 wasn't bad. It just the episode ended in the middle of the episode. It wasn't a cliffhanger. It just ended in the middle. There was nothing. And without any reassurance that the show was coming back.
Too much Miller Einstein.
Without any, confirmation that the show had been picked up or anything like that, the show could have ended right there. Then we had to wait 2 years just to find out all that was a lie. None of that happened. Oh my gosh.
And I love the actors, so no offense to the actors. I think Miller and Einstein are the worst invention of this series ever.
Well, at least they did that right, because like I said, I do like the actors too, Ravi Amell and
they did well. They did perform well.
But I wasn't too crazy with the way they're.
And I think we're hated them from the get go because we're like. Oh, great! They're pulling a Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
My Struggle 3.
But I didn't mind My Struggle 3. I'm okay with the first 6 episodes of the season.
Father, but they didn't say metaphorical. He said William is my son.
Because of science.
But it wasn't until afterwards that he said he impregnated her with science or something like that. Which.
# science is rape.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, Chris Carter's. Was it Glenn Morgan?
Yeah.
Glenn Morgan was on here.
Yeah, he left Twitter, right?
He was like, I'm leaving right before. He's like, I'm going to be long gone. I'll be running away. He was long gone, but he was on here shortly before season 10 aired.
What happened to his Mustang?
Yeah, I know, right?
Mustang Mulder.
I don't know, but yeah, he
he
was on for a while and he interacted with fans and everything. He was really cool, super cool. And then, like he said,
he liked to tweet of mine.
Yeah, he liked a few of my tweets, and then all of a sudden goes, well, because I remember Sandy and the Fireball, like they had a whole conversation about Fireball, and he was like, "Oh yeah, fire sounds good to me, Fireball, let's do it."
Sandy and Sass.
And so like they had this look, and then we were talking about like the rewatches, and I think he was chiming in here and there. And then all of a sudden, he's like, by the way, I'll be long gone by the time season 10 airs. And then like 2 weeks later, he had disappeared.
Udon piano. Udon? Makes a good point. I got 25 years in, but end of season 9, I was happy. I was, we always want more, but like that was, for 9-season wrap up, traditional TV, not a bad wrap.
No.
And then I was fine. If they never did another minute of X-Files, I could have been fine. And then they came out with the movie, and we're like, "Oh, WTF?"
Oh, what the fuck?
And I watched the movie now on TV. I'm like, "Oh, this is not a bad 2-parter episode.
It's not bad.
It's like it's a 2-parter episode." And then they come out with season 10, and like, "Ooh, WTF?"
Yeah.
And like, so my feeling is, with the possibility that we're never going to get anything else ever again, I really want a season 9 kind of wrap up. Life goes on. These characters are not dead, or if they are, okay, whatever. But whatever is happening, life goes on. We're not saying it's a series finale, but
Fast and Furious moment.
There's got to be something. There's got to be, I don't know. The season 10 was completely unsatisfying.
They threw, the writers threw Scully down a garbage chute into a dumpster. Enough said.
Yeah.
That's like them throwing us all. They're like, this is us laughing at you.
Yeah. She represented the entire fandom at that point. Ford took the Mustang.
And it was silly, and it made me laugh, and it shouldn't have, but I watched her go down. And
Folder pulled their spending.
It was so cartoonish that I laughed. It was like, oh God, this is so bad. When you're watching a show and you're like, what the heck is happening? And then you're hoping that it'll start to make sense, and then it just gets worse, and then you just start laughing because it's so bad. That's what happened.
Sorry, folks, we just go on way too long.
How long is this live?
We just keep going.
Usually it's an hour.
And then it's like, are we done? And then we're like, we go another half an hour.
Yeah. Usually it's an hour.
And then we just keep going and going and going. We're like the de-energized bunny. And but I think as Sarah or no Spooks. What's that?
I do want to get Chris Carter's address because I will literally burn all but one of my many pieces of memorabilia and send it to him with a note that says, "Thanks for nothing."
Wow.
Ouch.
Oh, this is getting personal.
Yeah, but
it's getting brutal.
I can't believe I've been watching since began, including both movies, both for fun. I don't know. Yeah, Funny Ginger says we need to wrap this up in a good way.
The vlog or the show?
Me or the series?
Tonight or this vlog or this live video or the show?
Oh, that's true. That's right. I told her she stank another time when where the copra hedges, right?
Oh.
That wasn't her fault. Like the stuff exploded. Both times weren't her fault. He's like, you smell bad.
Well,
I thought he was gonna kiss her too. I think he would have, but then she smelled bad. So he's like, no.
So she hasn't showered before going to church?
No, I mean at the time where he pulled her out of the. You keep spitting on me. Stop.
Sure, it's spit, not like sweat.
Say it. I'm sorry. Doesn't William fall down some sort of elevator shaft? We see him do like a run and jump. I think in one of the promos we saw like.
It's a parallel scene.
He jumps into something. Yeah.
Childhood,
teen years, continuing when he watches most of my adult life. But he'd still hit that.
I started watching this. I was 20 years. 20. No, I was 21. 20. I think I was 21. It was after my 21st birthday. And I'm going to turn 46 this summer.
Yeah.
I'll go dye my hair and shave. Now that I said that, I really do need to shave and dye my hair.
9 years old.
Yeah. Now you started when you're 9.
Your whole life closure.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think they understand how invested we are in this show.
And you're gonna be mad at me.
But like they're like, this is why not just give fans what they want? I don't understand.
I'm telling you, X-Files is the TV Star Wars. We keep coming back. We love it. We love it. We love it. and they both have these moments where just like,
yeah, but Star Wars got rescued a little bit. Oh, if we don't get a happy ending, Chris Carter's going to get a flaming bag of dog crap on his doorstep. And he would deserve it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it, so get that dog ready. I guess, yeah, it must be difficult to end a series, but the thing is, when you write a storyline and you start a storyline or you start a story arc, you usually have an end in sight or some type of ending when you start it. That's the whole idea. And that was the whole premise when they started the Breaking Bad thing. I think they knew everything was done.
They're doing a drinking game.
There was no filler in Breaking Bad. Like, you didn't have one thing that did not go without some type of meaning, without some type of purpose. Everything had a reason for happening. Like, not like this episode where a woman needed to sing and take up all this time. Like, I can't do that. Like, you have this filler time where it's like someone in the editing room should have said, listen, this isn't quite making a good episode. This is not making any sense and bizarre and not really interesting. Yeah, Breaking Bad. It's just like everything had a purpose. The writing was so tight.
Hashtag FUCC.
And you would watch something, and you would watch Breaking Bad, and you'd see something like at the beginning, you'd be like, what the heck? What does that even mean? And then by the end of the episode, you would know exactly what that means. It would all fall into place. And you would just be like, oh, and it would scare the living crap out of you. All of a sudden, like, the realization was, yeah, Breaking Bad is, I'd say not everyone likes it because, it's obviously got a very dark tone. It's a little depressing at times, especially in the first season. Very, very depressing.
This is like biting. Oh,
but it was definitely, if you can bear through some of the depressing episodes, it's definitely, there wasn't anything done without a purpose. Everything, even the hard things to watch, have a reason to fall into place. Like, there's no filler.
You know what it is? No, the problem is there is filler, and it's like you're biting into like what you think is a cannoli from Geno's, and it's like a Boston cream from Dunkin' Donuts. And like, ooh, like the middle is kind of funky. Holy crap.
If I were to see a teacher cook and deal meth, I'd sit in my local high school parking lot.
I don't know any other show. Well, I just don't get into other fandoms, so maybe it's out there. But I don't know any other show that's like this show. Where
your red cup is making me thirsty.
Not like these pretzels are making you thirsty. No.
Really?
It's
do
really
people
good
really
too.
think that Scully's pregnant? Bryan Cranston was a badass. Yeah, he was so good. Everyone was great.
Bryan Cranston's going to make a cameo next week, and he's going to be the real father of William.
I would be okay with that. That's one of the things I'd probably be okay with. The second movie.
While they were driving west.
Yeah, well, they did the second movie. I was thinking when I saw the previews for this episode with the organ harvesting. Reminded me of the second movie because they did the, like the modern day Frankenstein.
Well, yeah, because it's also like a combination of Hammer, vampire,
harvesting
and Frankenstein in one. Like they're kind of combining the two a little bit. It's not a drink the blood. It's harvesting the organs for food, not so much, putting organs in you, but the whole attaching of two bodies together to suck out the essence. I don't
understand that at all.
It's very high concept with little payoff kind of thing. It's like it sounds like a great idea on paper, and it didn't seem to be working. It was working better for her, I guess, is the idea or something. But he's the mad scientist, so he's like the Frankenstein.
Scully's not a child, so no, I don't expect everything to be like neatly wrapped up in a bow and said, well, these are all the answers. You got to leave some open to interpretation, but you still have to resolve some things. Like, we need some answers.
Who's Toby Keith?
You can't just say, well, that's over there. Okay, we're just going to leave it alone. Like, there has to be a purpose for things. When you tell a story, there needs to be a purpose for something. So if someone just breaks out into song with no purpose,
right?
I don't.
It's almost
even
like
in a musical, there needs to be a reason for.
We don't like David doesn't know music. Or David's not a trained musician or songwriter, so he comes up with bizarre chord structures. And I feel like that's how these feel, but they're not landings at times. And And at the same time, I didn't hate
Shadows.
Tonight.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was very Dark Shadows, and not so much the original, but like the reboot.
Dark Shadow, yeah, the reboot's kind of campy though.
The reboot, Dark Shadows.
Yeah, this wasn't campy at all.
Oh, it was campy. She was so campy.
No.
The main woman, she was very campy.
No, this wasn't campy. This was just gross.
It was gross, but like campy. I
don't think
gross.
Dark Shadows was gross. I never got that.
The reboot a little bit.
No, I don't think so.
Well, it was more Hammer Films, but it had that British goth. That's why.
You'd be happy to see pregnant Scully? I don't know. She can't even find her first baby.
Mm-hmm.
Couples seem like vampires. Nothing season 8 should have been.
I love Stargate the movie. I never got into the series. I watched like the first season. I felt it lost me at some point. I couldn't stay with it. But that's also when, you know, with like the other channels were trying to do Hercules and Xena. They were trying to do all kinds of shows and reboots of Star Trek and late 80s, early 90s. There were just so many shows. And that's when I was in college. I just didn't have time. Now I don't have anything to do. So.
I don't know if we're gonna get I Love You from Mulder and Scully. I have a feeling CSM will get killed, or we think he does.
Yeah.
We still have no explanation for why he is here.
Yeah.
They've never explained how he survived. Like,
he's got science on his side.
Yeah, no, not. But back then, did he have science? Like, what happens if you're just blown to smithereens, like a missile?
He's had the most impressive science. I think maybe he's a clone of himself, or he's a super soldier of himself.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be great if they would tie it in. But I don't think that's.
It might not be the same CSM that was in that.
Exactly, it might not be. It might be a clone. But however, they never gave us that. That would have.
It might be Frohike in disguise.
Rocket to the face. We saw him get blown up.
In your face!
So even if they do kill him, Reyes, we don't know. Skinner, we don't know.
Is that Monica's face all over that windshield?
I don't know.
Somebody's all over that windshield.
All over that windshield.
Somebody exploded from within. There's a lot of that in that clip.
The Fifth Element was better than Stargate Walty.
I like the Fifth Element, the movie. I don't love the Fifth Element.
It's weird.
I don't like Chris.
I can't get it. That's a weird movie.
It's all right.
The first Stargate movie was pretty good.
I like the original Stargate movie. I really do.
I wasn't really into the series.
Scully being prayed would add many issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can't do 9 months next week.
They would. Yeah.
5 months, 3 weeks, 2 days.
You're okay with Reyes dying? I'm not too crazy about that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
better her than Scully.
Reyes comes and like. She's pregnant.
She takes a bullet for Scully.
What if they like?
Oh, Reyes is pregnant.
No. Scully's pregnant, and then we see like an ending like 9 months later, and she's giving birth, and Reyes is singing whale songs. That would be a satisfying ending. But this time, instead of like super soldiers coming, Mulder's there, and she puts the baby in Mulder's hand, and yeah, she's doing that, and she's doing whale sounds, and. Do not do any more, please. I meant kissing. Okay. I like Supernatural's good. I kind of got repetitive in the last few seasons, so I kind of got bored with it. But I would still watch it if it was on TV. I mean, if it came on my television, I'd be like, I'll watch Supernatural. Okay. Had enough.
Empty.
What happened? There you go.
Not quite the same.
Yeah. The only reason you question why Scully's pregnant is that she doesn't go on the run with Mulder for William. Yeah, I get the feeling that they're going to split them up. And the last we're going to see of Mulder and Scully is they're split up.
No, what will happen is at the end of next week, you're going to have Mulder and Scully spooning. And then over them, it'll be William, come on, I'm in the other bed right here.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a parallel to the end of season 9.
No.
But William's in the room, and they're all on the run together.
No.
They're like, Mom, Dad, gross.
Oh, Bridget's upset they didn't kiss, but, you know, the dialogue between them heard a rumor that Scully was wanting to leave the FBI. I wonder if that's what... Well, that's nothing new. She's always wanting to leave.
I still want to be a doctor.
But, well, she was a doctor for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
If she's really pregnant, we know already. You know, this gun... You think they're going to kill Scully? I hope not. But it would be a way for Jillian to pretty much rid herself of being on this show so that she wouldn't have to worry about coming back or feel pressured by anyone or any fans or anyone to come back. It would be an end, you know. Chris Carter said they get kissing close. Well, maybe because they had sex and it was implied they had sex off screen. So that's what he was saying. They get kissing close.
They're actually cousins.
Yeah, kissing cousins.
Reveal.
No, I think she's done. She's done with the X-Files. I agree. She's done. I think this is the end. I don't think they're going to do a season 12. And I would watch a season 12 without Scully, but I wouldn't like it. It's like when I watched They Bang, so it counts as kissing close. Exactly.
They bang, they bang.
They will never die. Well, like I said, even if she dies, if they want to bring her back, she can. They can just say, hey, she's back. We don't have to explain anything.
She bang, she bang.
No, she says she has science on her side, just like CSM has science on his side.
Oh, that's kind of telling.
No, she doesn't have to die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they get kissing close.
They don't die.
FUCC.
Clyde Bruckman, right?
I'm just mad they kept showing that promo of them almost kissing, and they teased us.
I'm out of wine. I can't drink now.
Yeah, he's good.
I was drinking every time they did hashtag FUCC.
Oh, okay. You get water.
Not the same.
You want a third film? I think films are harder to get made.
Takes more money.
Yeah, it takes more money, and
because TV gets commercial funding.
It's much
when they invest $100,000 or $200,000, whatever they invest into an episode, a couple million, they can make that back when they show it with commercial ads, and then reach airs and streaming and everything else.
Take a third film with no two-headed dogs. Yeah, that was messed up. Yeah, to kill the dogs. That was weird. I didn't like that. The two-headed dog.
No more sewing bodies together. That's always
enough with sewing.
That's always and like I tweeted, I would take.
It's a good ending.
We
prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Yeah.
Prepare for the worst. Prepare not to be satisfied with what you get. That way, if things work out, then you can be pleasantly surprised. And then if things are horrible, they're like, oh, well, I pretty much knew it was going to be horrible, so it's nothing new. You're not that disappointed. I think people went into this episode with high expectations, thinking that there's going to be a kiss or pregnant or whatever. We didn't get any of that. So
I see what you're saying, Ellie. Wait, like it may be a movie in 5 years, but I think by waiting 5 and not 2, all of a sudden age becomes more of an issue. Time lapse becomes more of an issue.
The water is going to have essence of wine. Be like Jesus, turn it into wine. They screwed up the end of season 10. Now they're going to screw up the end of season. And
on the night before,
another chance to fix it.
I'll try to go priest on this.
Water into wine. We know Mulder wasn't dying on the bridge. Hopefully, he still isn't dying on the bridge.
Thank you, Jesus.
We know Scully's okay. There was no alien. We don't know how much of that is going to actually come to actually happen. And so at least we have that, because leaving Mulder dead on the bridge was not a cool way to end the show. But at the same time, we don't know. There's a meetup for fans to meet on a bridge and burn themselves after the finale. Oh, yeah. If y'all want to know where, just let me know.
Whatever happened to the faceless guys?
Yeah, I know, right? They all went
away. They just kind of
they
disappeared after season 6,
Yeah, they disappeared, yeah. They were one of the other aliens that came in.
Right.
I think there was like a turf war between them and the other guys. Maybe the guys with the green hue. The green, the grays. The green. They were all the different types of alien species, if I remember. And yeah, that was the red and the black.
Oh, that's right.
Is that the one where Scully has her like dream orgasm? She's like,
oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah.
Mulder! Scully! Dagoo!
Yeah, bounty hunters.
I miss the bounty hunters.
The guys was turned into a movie called Face Off. Wasn't there a reality show called Face Off too? That was like
it's like Nip Tuck as a reality show.
No, I thought it was about doing like movie makeup.
Oh, is it movie makeup, masks and stuff? Yeah.
Don't ask questions that make sense. You don't see how a 40-minute episode we're going to get bodies exploding, smoking William, and a resolution. No, I don't think so either. I think it's going to end in the middle of the episode again.
I think I'm going to start drinking before the episode next week.
Yes, do that. If you drink before, because you're going to need it. I'm actually having people here, so if anyone is in the Jersey,
are people coming over?
New York
I've been
area,
inviting.
I did.
Okay. Hey, if you're in the area, let us know. I'd love to have you.
New York City tri-state area.
Our medium-sized TV by today's standards.
Watch on my television.
2 years. I still say I want them to go to.
So I'll have
Netflix.
a bunch of people. I should have a couple people here on my.
Do 6 episodes every 2 years on Netflix. Because on Netflix, they can have an international crowd right away. Better distribution. You don't get commercials.
Maybe Jillian waits 5 years to realize she missed a character. Oh gosh, really? Oh my gosh, I can't. Gosh, that's so wrong. Make people wait another 5 years. We had to wait as long as we did.
I think they made a mistake waiting 2 years and lost a lot of people.
What episode is Scully's Dream? I think it is either the Red and the Black or the one after that. Like,
oh my God!
She's like having, or maybe it was the Red and the Black when she had what she got the vision of.
Hey, I got this.
She goes in the hypnosis thing and she can remember it. And she's like, oh my God.
I got about a case and a half of wine upstairs. So anybody wants to stop by next week.
You'll be drunk before the
Let's commiserate. Starts. And then we all have to go live together and like.
Yeah, so we'll be.
FUCC!
Yeah, we'll be here next week. We're going to have some guests, some fans that'll be here. Some of our local Duchovniak friends are going to come and watch and commiserate.
Or follow us on Twitter. And every time there's something really stupid, I'll hashtag FUCC on Twitter. And that'll be a sign. We're drinking now. Or if there's something that was like, or you just want to scream out FUCC.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Scully were pregnant, she would have been a lot more concerned falling down the garage chute. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, she's not pregnant. She was pregnant with a blobfish. What's your Twitter? Okay. Yeah. Well, he's at Walt Frazier.
Yeah.
And I'm at Laurice F.
WALTFRASIER.
Yeah.
And if you go at Duchovniaks, you can find us too. Duchovniaks.com. And we'll be tweeting from our own account so we can be a little more liberal. And did I do that?
I didn't tweet from Duchovniaks tonight because I don't want to have to worry about.
Well, so you can say more stuff. You don't have to worry about what you say.
I'm going to do my personal account.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I have a little
more freedom to
and retweet the things that make sense.
Stuff because the Duchovniaks account is supposed to be more supportive.
Oh.
Yeah. No, we're supposed to be a little more supportive.
Thank you, Kate Batman.
Technically, problem is people are are saying that our personal Twitter accounts have to be like, we can't have opinions anymore. We can't make jokes. Like,
screw
without
you.
The fandom police coming and saying, no. Okay, if we get spoilers, please post. I'm going to take tranquilizers for next week episode. Yeah. We'll definitely share them. Well, if I hear more spoilers, I'll post a video about them, but I don't know any more that have come in than the ones that I've read, and I don't know if I want to.
I have an audition that morning.
Mace, you do?
I do. I just came in today.
What for?
The national tour of Elf.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, that'll be fun. Like, is Buddy?
No.
I was gonna say.
No.
Wait, the other character.
Male ensemble, but it's like a whole bunch of different elf characters, and the fake Santa is one of the characters. The mall Santa. It's like, I'm not the real Santa. Get out of here. And the one of the head elves that like says, "Oh, you're not crazy. You're special. You're special."
I seen a couple of Candace recaps, but the problem with the Candace, I don't mind her. I mean, she seems cool, but she seems very Scullyist, and I'm a Mulderist, so it's like it's a little bit of a different take on it. Because
I want to play Santa Claus.
Yeah, she's definitely more of a Scullyist than a Mulderist. She doesn't seem too crazy about Mulder.
Who's that?
Candace. The other, she does a couple of X-Files vlogs because I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah, I think you talked about it. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I only saw it because it pops up in my search. It comes in my suggested videos.
Thank you. It's a great hat. You let me wear it.
What, this one? No, it's mine now.
All right. Moonwalker. Elf. I got an appointment next week through my manager, and
cool. I wonder. So that's what's happening. Candace is probably getting my videos, and I'm getting Candace's videos. But I haven't met her before, so I don't know. She West Coast? I think she's West Coast.
Represent.
Or maybe South.
I thought she was London.
No, I don't think
she's
so.
American?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
No, she's definitely American. She doesn't have an accent.
Hey, you know what?
She was to Jillian. That's why I don't let Walt wear the hat.
Can I just say thank you to all of you that keep tuning into these, and that all the really amazing fans out there of the X-Files that aren't douchebags.
Yes,
I think it's important to note that for every douchebag,
awesome.
there's hundreds and hundreds of really freaking cool amazing people. And if we ever kind of go off about one or two people,
Candace is here? No way.
It's not about you.
Really?
She's in New York?
I thought she was like, okay, that's kind of cool.
I should invite her over. That'd be like a crossover.
I don't know. Are we gonna clash because she's such a Scullyist? Because like a couple times she's like, Mulder.
We're not anti-Scully.
Mulder. I'm like, oh no,
I mean, we're
don't
David.
go after my Mulder.
Oh, but we could have like a point counterpoint.
Oh no, it's gonna get ugly.
Oh, that could be funny. Well, I think Mulder is better because blah blah blah
all
blah.
You guys.
Well, I think Scully's better because blah 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 blah. And then Dita will come in. What about Skinner?
What about Skinner? Oh, don't even get that started. She's just gonna see that just so mad. She get all worked up about that.
Yeah.
Oh, she lives near Virginia? Really? Okay, so it's East Coast, not too far. But no, all you guys have been absolutely near Virginia. Okay, we're from the DC area. We like everyone who's been on here and people that comment on my videos, we're watching. You guys are really, really awesome.
Love Cheap Trick.
I feel like there's a lot of people I've found through this, and a lot of you guys I've met. I've got a chance to meet when we were in Australia.
You to want me.
But she does love Mulder. Okay, good.
I need you to me.
But I feel like, yeah, I got to meet a couple of you guys in Australia, and like a couple of you guys have become friends with and everything. It's been really cool because like
New Zealand, Australia, and Duchovny, X-Files, Files, phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal
I like
people.
had people coming up to us after the shows.
Yeah.
Like we would go to a concert, and then people would come up to me and they'd be like, "I watched the videos," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so awesome! You guys watch." Like, it feels so good because
There's
like
so many great people down there.
Like we like I said, we've been getting a lot of pushback.
Hey, Jenny.
Wait, I don't really know. Hey, Jenny.
Where have you been?
We've been getting a lot of pushback, and I'm not quite sure what the motivation is because, like, I don't think we started this thing where a group of us, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, go to like all David's events, and like it just keeps getting bigger. People come and go, and not everyone can go to every event. Like,
we don't have an agenda.
Even we can't go to every event.
We don't have a job with David.
No, we don't work for him.
We don't work for him. We don't get paid.
So like
we pay for our own.
And we're not friends with him. We don't have him on speed dial, so we're good. I mean, he knows our names. That's about it. He appreciates us, and he's done.
We pop up a lot, so there's some perks.
He did the private interview with us.
Anything.
He'll do that because we're like a media outlet. Well, we became a media outlet, but I mean, ultimately, the fan side was mostly we started for the fans and for the community. And I wanted to go to events and cover them. I wanted to go to these concerts and these book signings so that, people could see videos and things of like write-ups of what was happening. So our intention was to share it with everyone. And like, it was great for about a year and a half. And then like, I'd say like maybe fall of 2016, it started to get like weird. I think
after Europe.
It wasn't in Europe. Everyone in Europe,
later?
we did Europe. We followed his tour around, in Europe, and
that's where we had a couple people start acting a little weird.
We had people after the tour, people started acting weird, but it wasn't I don't think that was just people are being weird. I don't think it had anything to do with the fandom itself. But we went to Wizard World in Chicago, and something weird happened
West Virginia.
after that. Yeah.
Almost heaven.
Well, we're from Maryland originally, so we're Gaithersburg, so we're not too far from there.
Yeah.
But D's nuts.
Where did we do that show in West
happened.
Virginia? That show in West Virginia. What was that town? You remember?
Something Bridge. I have no idea. We were afraid of the Mothman.
That's right.
We were hiding from the Mothman the whole time.
Right.
Anyways, ever since that Chicago Comic-Con, there's like some weird tension, and we weren't even involved, but there was some tension between two different Jillian fan groups. And we were friends with some of them, and we weren't really friends with the other ones. And we got caught in this crossfire of like Jillian people like fighting. And I'm like, I don't even have anything to do with this because I'm like Duchovny and we're David fans. So, but like it was very weird. And ever since then, there's been some pushback on this. It's called jealousy. Yeah, well, a lot of it had to do with people getting attention for their photo ops. If you look, you guys might know what I'm talking about. There were a couple groups that did some really cool photo ops. Dita always does cool photo ops that go viral. And some of the fans were annoyed because, you know, they don't think that you should do that when you pay $100 to get in a photo. You shouldn't make them do post photos, but it's always an option.
Makes it interesting.
They can say no, but it's actually selling their image and selling their photo ops. So I don't see what, you know, what makes it interesting. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what's with the fan fights. So ever since then, like, we've had like weird like shade thrown at us, and like it's been growing and growing and growing. And you're on the other side of GA Gingerbread. Yeah. So yeah, and I don't know why all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, these two comedy acts. Because even if Walt and I stopped going to every show and stopped like posting about it and sharing about it or go to every event, the group that we started isn't going to go anywhere. They're just going to keep going, and they're going to meet new fans, and they're going to keep going. They're going to still call themselves a Duchovny Act. So there's really no point of trying to stop what we started.
You know what's kind of funny?
Even if we stop, they're going to keep going.
How many people have we found out that we know watch the X-Files because all of a sudden we are now like publicly David Duchovny like fan club promoters almost.
I don't know.
And then people are like, "Oh, I love the X-Files." Like my sister.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, and then all of a sudden my niece comes out and says, like my 8-year-old niece, like, "Oh, he's looking for his sister because her mom watches, right?" One of our other castmates, Gina from the club, like, oh, I love David Duchovny, and she came to the concert in New York because of us. You know, it was like, oh, because people don't know about the music. He doesn't promote himself well until recently. Like, we were the only ones really promoting him.
Oh yeah, they're very petty. They do. They're very petty. When I was like, "Are you serious?"
So stupid.
When I saw the shade being thrown about the other people's photo op, I was like, really? Like, someone actually did a photo op that was like, there was one photo op that was completely inappropriate that I totally was like, okay, that was not appropriate, but I'm not gonna say anything about it because it's really not my place. But other people,
dildos,
the dildo one, and then but then there were some that were really cute, so I was like, what's the big deal? You know, like I said, it was jealousy, and so you had a friend named Monica Reyes, really?
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. She likes X-Files.
You know, spooks. I have a WV story.
It is weird.
Near Morgantown?
I think just people get jealous because other people get attention, and if they see other people getting attention, they're like
Marita
Covarrubias.
That's funny.
So
no, I did a show at Morgantown, the university there. We're doing a national tour of Scarlet Pimpernel, and after the show, we were taken to a club that was actually and this was 15 years ago now, right? 2002, maybe. It was actually the first
in West Virginia.
In West Virginia, it was the first gay bar I'd ever been to. And I have lived in New York. I've been to 2 since, I think.
New York, and you had a gay bar?
I went with friends from work one time at a restaurant. I don't think I've been before then. I think since then I've been to 1 or 2.
It
was a gay bar in Morgantown, West Virginia.
I feel like we've been to a bunch. I think they're all
actual gay bars?
They're all over 9th Avenue where we work.
No, they're not gay bars. They're just like it's mostly gays that go there because it's 9th Avenue.
No, they're like gay bars specifically. So the night that we went, I think they were having the we were with Charnette and
yeah. Well, New York gay bars, they're just like bars.
They're just regular guys,
theater people.
They're really just they're just regular bars.
Yeah. But this place, I mean, Morgantown, West Virginia, 15 years ago, it was kind of. Is it Martinsburg? Yeah. Is that what it is?
Drinks are in the gay.
I thought it was Morgantown. Is it you're in Martinsburg. Yeah. This is Morgantown, I think, right? The big university, and it was like Cheers, and then they had a drag queen show. And 15 years ago, they claimed to have the first Kelly Clarkson drag queen look-alike, lip syncing and doing, strutting their stuff to Kelly Clarkson music. And early days of American Idol and whatnot, right?
We've done a couple gigs down there. Like I said, it was a festival gig, right? But it was like not in a festival, and we were hiding from the Mothman.
It wasn't a festival. It was that's where we're doing a show, and then the 2 guys. I don't think we did Collins, West Virginia. It was a public show.
Oh, okay, I'm thinking.
And that's where the guys said, "Oh, there's not enough lighting. We're gonna go get these floodlights." Right? Yeah.
But no, not there's anything.
It all runs together after a while.
It does. It's all
5,000 shows later. They all look the same.
They all look the same. Yeah. Not. I mean, the shows all seem the same.
Yeah.
After a while, but they're all actually each show is very unique. I can't say, but like if I go in. Like, I go into a place and I'm like, have we been here before? And usually if I've been there before, I'm like, oh, we've done this show, but we've done this school before or whatever.
There's like a dozen different versions of the school cafeteria.
Well, the school we did today, we've done that before?
I think so.
Because I feel like that whole auditorium felt familiar, but then when we got on stage, I was like, nah, the stage is different.
Yeah.
I got very confused. I think there was a place that looked just like it.
We've done a show in that area at least, because I know we've driven that road before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and then driving around Jersey, different schools. Yeah, road life.
Well, I tell you, the majority of the people, if you go to one of these Comic-Cons or Wizard World, like you'll meet other fans and you'll connect with other fans. You don't really get into fan wars unless you get really like become like some type of fan club leader like us, which isn't, or you run a fan site, or you do something that like you really get involved, and it becomes it can get there can be some fan wars that are a little bit petty and completely unnecessary.
But I think it's also because somebody does something stupid because they're getting.
It's fun. I mean, to interact with people when you find people you like.
Yeah, the trick is not to get dragged in.
Yeah, because like I had one of the best times of my life when I went to Chicago, and everyone was like so excited to be there. Those fan wars didn't start until like I think the last day. Something happened where someone planned something and they beat them to the line to get ahead of them, and all this other stuff started happening. And I was like, "Ooh, this is weird."
Yeah, and you know the trick, and I also want to address Kate, Batman. The trick is, you know, the way you are on internet where you just kind of say stuff and the people don't know exactly who you are, so you don't care what they think. I think the key to success and having friends and, you know, getting out there is being the exact same way in real life, which is easier said than done. But you just have to go out there. Yeah, West Side Story.
This is like watching West Side Story.
Coming for you.
I know, right?
Flary Maurawa.
Flary Maurawa.
It's about to be the end.
Flary Maurawa.
End of Act 1 for West Side Story.
She has never showed up in the flesh anywhere. That Flary
I don't
Maurawa.
think she exists.
I don't. I think she's a Russian troll bot, Trump bot.
She's a fembot.
Yeah, I don't know what she is.
Just like the one they didn't put in the episode. Just couldn't. I'm gonna stop. But no, seriously, gotta get out there. Don't give a crap what other people say.
Well, we're going to be back here next week, and we're going to talk about the final end. Yeah. The ending of the end of the end.
And we're all geeks, and we love, and I think we found happiness by, you know, accepting our inner geekdom. Ramble on. Thank you.
Well, what happens is you make references that only you get. And there are inside jokes with the fandom that only you get, you know, and that's what's great about it, because you're like, I found my people, because no one else around you is this.
Well, I think that's the key to the whole Company X thing, right?
Yeah.
We're getting together. We all have this common love of X-Files. Yeah. And nobody in our life, our family and friends understand it. So like, when we go see David in concert and a dozen of us get together for dinner before, and we're talking about all the crap that people, I'm not really into the, like, let's post the same old photo every week from 20, 25 years ago on Twitter and Tumblr, or GIFs that we've seen 1,000 times. Yeah. But getting together and talking about episodes, and then, my favorite episode is this, and not in a Comic-Con setting, because a Comic-Con setting is freaking chaos. You know, it's chaos.
It depends on the Comic-Con. Some are more chill than
others. But even the chill ones, I'm like, My favorite times are still when we go to dinner and just talk about shit.
Yeah,
and just chill.
When we all went out after
we went to that pizza place.
Yeah, that was so great.
You know, it's like, I mean,
you can all
meet the celebrities.
It's kind of fun to sit around and to walk around and see all the different things, and do your photos. Like, as far as like the photo ops, I think they're kind of nerve wracking because they run them so fast, like an assembly line. Your interaction with the person you've been waiting your whole life to meet is like everything needs to happen in that 20 seconds, and it's a lot of build up for
I'm gonna drown it.
For that 20 seconds.
That's awesome.
And you basically step in, get your photo, and get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
So it's not, anything. You might want to tell them everything, and the best way to just go in there, take a breath, treat them like a human, smile for the photo, and shake their hand, say thank you, and go.
Have a great
but it's
moment.
A very nerve-wracking thing.
Force it.
Waiting in line, getting up there, you're just like, you're dying, and the closer you get, the more you're like,
oh. Oh, I love every time you go. There's first timers and tears. Like, about to faint.
I've seen people completely break down in front of David.
And when he finally touches her hand, like,
I've seen people completely break down. It's quite cute, but yeah, when you finally get a chance to meet these guys,
we love you, Ellie.
Hey, Ellie's my peeps.
Yeah, we had a good time.
All our peeps. So
I think everyone should learn from Ellie. You know, there have been so many people that is who said B said, right, in Zurich she saw us but was afraid to talk to us. When at the same time Ellie is meeting us at the airport. That's what I said, yeah, B in Zurich. And then Ellie's at the airport going, ah, like if that's not Ellie, I'm scared. If that's not somebody that's actually coming to see us, I'm a little scared right now. But you know, but just jump right in there and have fun.
Yeah.
No agenda. No fear,
well,
just have fun,
but I can
and we're all gonna have fun together.
I can
we're
understand
like,
where people would be a little overwhelmed when you see a big group of people.
Well, I'm
intense.
like,
I don't know any of these people.
I'm a little scary.
Well, you scared.
I'm loud. I did scare Jillian. I scared Jillian. She's got social anxiety issues.
She was just like,
yeah, I'm a bit much the first time.
Whatever David.
But it's all from love.
Whatever David loves about you,
David gets
freaks Jillian out.
David gets me. David and I.
He adores you. It's really cute. But yeah, I don't know why this season 11 has been so low. I agree. You go to any of them.
That's funny.
It's hard for them now that I live in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I mean you have to.
Oh no, with Kathy, the reason I saw Ellie coming down, we're like, oh, she's gonna work out just right.
She's just like running towards.
she is gonna fit in this crowd just right.
She's fearless.
Absolutely
I don't know why. I think because season 10 was kind of meh. People weren't going into this season.
Well, season 10 definitely killed momentum for the show.
They didn't promote the season.
No, not at all.
I didn't see any billboards in New York, in Times Square. I didn't see any other advertising other than social media.
You can't blame people.
I saw trailers on Fox, and that was about it. But we didn't see the promotion. And like we were actually on their PR list for season 10. So they would send us all the promo stuff, like all the promo photos, the previews. They would send us all the stuff whenever they send it out to all these other media outlets. And they must have axed like half of their promo list, like their PR list. Because we emailed them back several times saying, hey, we're going to put it on the website.
Yeah, the person that sent us stuff doesn't exist.
We'll write recaps of every episode. We're doing at the time we weren't doing blogs, we were doing podcasts. We're like, we're going to do a podcast after every episode. And for this, we basically silence on their end. So they could be, they don't know how to promote. And whoever was working on X-Files, obviously someone dropped the ball with us.
All right, Chibi.
So if you're watching and you work with X-Files team, you dropped the ball. All right, good night. I think we've been on for, an hour and a half.
You can't handle the truth.
So we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. I will probably have a couple of really cool people.
Oh, we're wrapping up? I thought we were just getting started.
No, it's already 10:40. Got to go to bed. But we love you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you guys. You're our peeps. And we'll see you guys next week when it's the end.
It can't be the end. Hashtag FUCC.
FUCC. He's drinking his water. But we'll be back next week. I'll have some fun guests with us, right?
Yeah.
We'll have Evelyn and Stephanie.
I got a case of half a wine I was going to say for April, but why?
All right. Love you guys.
I got cheese.
Sleep tight. And remember, don't let Chris Carter bite. Don't bite Chris Carter.
I'm going to go drink a whole bottle of wine just for all the hashtags I missed.
Oh.
Well, I have a half a bottle.
He's not going to make it to next week at this point.
I have a half a bottle left upstairs.
All right. Good night.
Peace out.